Hello, my wonderful Puna. Welcome back once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on time to the watch us. So if you're not the first time to come across this channel, you are welcome. This is a constant word.
The only thing I have to tell the Biafra people is that it is time will become very stronger than before. If our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been extradited, arrested, or repatriated to Nigeria, whichever name you give it, that calls for an uprising, more uprising for Biafra. Nothing is going to stop the freedom of Biafra people. Let me also make it very clear for those who are calling to inquire whether he has been arrested and all that. I cannot confirm that news. I have not personally confirmed that he has been arrested, and a lot of news has carried it. If actually that he has been arrested and in Nigeria, we are going to tag it the second coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am calling on all Biafrans not to panic, not to worry. It is something that is bound to happen if actually he was arrested and he is in Nigeria in den of Buhari and his caliphate. I want to also remind you that this is a proof. If he is arrested and is in Nigeria to face the charges, to face the trial, according to them, to face the bail he jumped. If he is actually in Nigeria, it means that Biafra is here. I want to tell you people that there is in the history of freedom, in the history of freedom and independence of people, this is exactly the news you hear when the freedom of the people is at hand. Let me also tell you, remind you people, for those of you who are very young or who are too young not to have known any history about the freedom of Africa, some of the African countries, may I remind you this evening that even Nelson Mandela was commanding, he was commanding the group. He was leading the group right from his prison cell. Nelson Mandela was giving order. He was leading his group right from the prison room, because law is what it is. The justice system is what it is. It is now we are going to know whether Biafra people are actually ready for the freedom of Biafra or not. It is now we are going to know. It is called the second coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And let me just tell you people, it is something that has been designed by God. This is something that has been designed by God. If actually he is in Nigeria, it is something that has been designed by God to happen. And if you have been following the agitation for a while, you would understand there are so many prophecies. There are so many prophecies about the second coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will ordinarily come to Nigeria and just to come and stay in Nigeria. You think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will ordinarily take his cloth and come to Nigeria. Is a prophecy being fulfilled. Different prophetic revelation have said it, that there is a second coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, and they saw him coming. We did not know from which context, how he is going to come to Nigeria and all that. A lot of Biafrans has been murdered and killed in their cold blood. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu crime is that he said, let my people go. Let my people go. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu crime has been that he want the best for the Biafra people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu crimes is that he rose up against jihadist government. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu crime is that he rose against the Fulanization of Nigeria. He rose against the extermination of Christians and indigenous people in Nigeria. Anywhere you are today, anywhere you are, and whether you are a Nigerian, whether you are a Biafran, whether you are Oduduwa, whether you are from the Middle Belt, whether you are from other African country, know it. The crime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed is that he refused to be compelled to bow down into a different God. He refused to be compelled to be a slave in a country that is being ruled by terrorists. The crime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed was that he said, those who killed our people, you will not go free. The way you killed our people by guns, you will also die by guns. The way you come to our land, protect the terrorist Fulani, arm them to invade our farmland and our home, slaughter our women and children. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu rose against this. His crime was that when everybody in Nigeria become helpless, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did everything to train armies, indigenous armies, that will serve as self-defense army of the people of Biafra. What crime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed is to rise up in the face of injustice and say enough is enough. And as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tried to protect the life of our people by doing everything humanly and inhumanly possible, the entire Biafra rose up in support of him. 70 million, over 70 million Biafra all over the world, both in Nigeria and the diaspora, rose up to support every movement of the indigenous people of Biafra under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So those of you who will be writing rubbish, for those who will be writing all manner of stories, we are telling you to disregard any story you hear from anywhere. Disregard any story about whether he was arrested in Brazil, whether he was arrested in Kafanchan, whether he was arrested in UK, whether he was arrested in Germany, whether he was arrested in the United States. It doesn't matter. What matters is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has come back if actually he's arrested. What matters is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now in Nigeria. And for those of you who has been agitating and asking him to come back, remember to also live up to the expectation. Do not harm him. Do not kill him. If you kill him, believe me, you will have all yourself, everybody in Nigeria will regret it. Let me make it very clear that the Nigeria government has made the biggest mistake of their life. The biggest mistake in the sense that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu command and control the Biafra volunteers who volunteer to fight against terrorist Fulanis. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is nowhere to be found, you know what is going to happen. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not where to be found, you know the anger of young men and women who have volunteered, sacrificed everything in their life to make sure that we stop the Fulani's invasion of our land. it is going to be disaster. It is going to be disaster. Let me also make it very clear that Biafra have thousands, if not millions, of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and you are going to see millions of them. What we are doing is according to international law. We are protected because there is a law of self-defense. We have had terrorist group being sponsored by Nigeria government to come to our land with AK-47 and kill our women. How do you defend yourself? When the Nigeria government and the Nigeria military cannot come and confront the Fulanis, we have never in anywhere all over Nigeria in the news heard that during the time of massacre in Benue State, military were there to come to repel them. We've never heard that during the massacre in Ebonyi State, the Fulani military were there to repel them. We've never heard that during the massacre in Delta State, the Fulani terrorists, the government or the police or the army were there to confront and repel the attackers. The attacks in Yoruba land, we've not one day read in the news that the military came and they repelled the attack. The killers in the south of Nigeria, we've never one day heard that the military came there and they repelled the attackers. It has always been, we are counting our losses after they came in the night when women and children are sleeping. They slaughter them, butcher them, cut them into pieces. It is always the Biafran people counting their losses. It is always other Nigerian indigenous people counting their losses. It is always the Yoruba people counting their losses. We have never seen the Nigerian military, the police, engaging Fulani herdsmen who come in the name of headers to kill and run our land over.